I ain't asking you. I'm telling you, Israel. Mi nombre es Risen St. Jackson, el arma desconocido. Templar Knight. We defended you a long time ago after you cried, give us Barabbas. Many souls were lost. The Crusades. Do you even recognize it in your text? Because you would not exist without them. And if you really are Jewish, Israel, then you have descendants of Templar blood, and not all Templars were knights. So, Israel, you threw away the house of David that gave birth to Jesus Christ. You threw him away. You threw away Jerusalem. Review my Sunday school, my Bible study lesson from a few weeks ago. Do not enter Jerusalem, Israel. Death by fire is waiting for you. Islam recognizes Jesus as a prophet. Do you recognize Jesus Christ as a prophet? Continue to the next page. Genesis 35 through Exodus. Genesis was written by Moses. Moses, if I'm right, was Joseph, the dreamer, son of Jacob, who became Israel. Esau was the hairy one, the twin brother of Jacob, Israel. Jacob have I loved, and Esau have I hated. Remember that? What was her mother's name? Rebecca? She hated Esau. But the promise was made, 2 nations are in your womb. Esau was so hungry one day, starving after hunting. He came home, and Jacob was in the house as usual, never leaving the house, always inside in tents and stuff. And Esau, the hunter, the hairy one, I'm starving. Next thing you know, Esau's birthright had been sold for, some soup or stew. And then when Jacob, Israel, was apparently on one of his many deathbeds, again he was tricked. Esau was away, bringing back dinner for his ailing, almost dead father. And Rebecca says, hurry, go get XYZ and bring it, and he'll thank you, Esau, and he'll give you the blessing. So, next thing you know, Esau is cheated out of his blessing. Esau is enraged. So, little Jacob has to go to his mother's brother's country. So Esau marries into the Ishmaelites. And then the next thing you know, Jacob has a son who's always having dreams. The dreamer. His brothers were enraged and sick of his dreams. And then one day, little Joseph crossed the line. He told his mama and his Papa Israel, and all his 11 brothers, y'all gonna bow down to me. I saw it in my dream. The moon, the stars, and all these, they all bow down to me. And next thing you know, Jacob was sold to the Midianites, who sold him to the Ishmaelites, who sold him into Egypt. He winds up in the service of the guard of a pharaoh. And despite my belief, all for a long time, reading the Bible as a child, I was a child and I thought of a child and I spoke as a child, but now I'm a man. Reading it as a man, I see a whole different light. There's more than one pharaoh. There are lesser pharaohs. Just like in the Greek mythology, there are minor gods, and Greek and Roman mythology, minor and lesser gods. Zeus was the king of the gods, and then there were lesser gods like Pan, the god of music or whatever. But okay, let's go back. If I'm right that there are lesser pharaohs, Pharaoh that name, maybe it wasn't the right name to call it with the translation. A title, a rank among nomads, or the Arabic nation, race. They gave us counting, they gave us numbers, they gave us words. They got the oldest alphabet is in the pyramids of Giza. The hieroglyphs is older than the Phoenician alphabet. All right. So there had to be lesser pharaohs, and that pharaoh was who? Was Esau. See, reading the story of Joseph Zaphenath-Paneah, you know his Egyptian name, right? You know his name, Zaphenath-Paneah. Put in charge of the pharaoh's fields and crops. After interpreting his dream, 7 years of plenty and 7 years of famine. And Pharaoh is just not going to just give anybody his signet ring, is he? Is he going to just walk up and give somebody that he does not know his signet ring? Esau was a Pharaoh. Jacob have I loved, and Esau have I hated. So when the brothers, Reuben was gone, left the little dreamer in the hands of the other one. So Judah has to plan. We're not going to kill our brother. Remember the story of Cain and Abel. We're not going to, his death is not going to be in our hands, but there's a way. I got an idea. Next thing you know,